Hello everyone, I am Taureor and welcome to another one of my Hearts of Iron 4 challenges. And today, this is Taureor on steroids, yes, literally. I just had to go to the emergency room to get a steroids shot because 2 bees stung me in the neck area. I'm not allergic or anything, but the swelling was a little bit problematic because it was the throat area. In all fairness, I was probably in no danger whatsoever, but better to be overly cautious than dead. Anyways, it is Sunday night now, and I have to go to work tomorrow morning. However, after getting this shot, I kind of feel like I just drank 3 large coffees, and I can't sleep, so might as well record. We're going to play as the Philippines, because you have been asking me to do that forever. I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. We'll probably attack the United States. Anyway, usually I plan these challenges out and have a strategy ready, but as the saying goes, ain't nobody got time for that. Let's start. Regular difficulty Ironman mode. Historical focus is Ironman for the Philippines 1. Let's start right away with doing political effort because I need the political power. I also need some civilian factories over here. Research, electric mechanical engineering, and I think I'll go with mass assault this time. Haven't done that in a while. We do have 1 unit. That is a lot of unit. Let's train it up. It is going to be necessary to win the civil war. Playing as Philippines is problematic because we start as democratic and also a puppet of the United States. Well, we're going to break out of that and maybe strike back at them and maybe conquer the United States. We'll see. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do with this run. Anyway, to do all that, we're going to need to fight a civil war and win it. Right, this weight is 5 and we have 5 convoys. Perfect. Of course, we're going to send this unit out to sea so we can keep it when the civil war starts. I'm also producing a lot of infantry equipment. We're going to be using that later. Political effort is done. Let's use that political power we just got to hire a silent workhorse. We're going to also need a fascist demagogue, but that can wait a bit. I'm going to have to avoid doing these focuses for a while, which is a pity, but if we get into a civil war, we might lose those factories they add. I'm not sure how that works exactly, but I've seen it happen. If the factories spawn in a state, that goes to the other side in the civil war and so on. So in order to not waste those focuses, let's do army effort for now. Although, I suppose I could have just done no focus. It would have sped everything up a bit. Yeah, that would have been the best choice. Anyway, let's hire a fascist demagogue. And we're going to need to prepare for civil war. That needs 50 political power. Well, there you go. Now, what do we need to ignite the civil war? We need stability less than 50. However, expanding civil support decreases stability, and that will be sufficient. Alright, let's expand civil support. And now we need 50 political power to ignite the civil war. Should I just wait without a focus? I suppose I could just wait without a focus. Let's do it quicker. Once we go to 50, I ignite the civil war, and then we can start a focus. We'll then be sure that the factories spawn in the states that we control. Alright, 50. Let's ignite the civil war, but first send this unit out to sea so we can keep control of it, and there it is. Now, ignite civil war. If my predictions are correct, alright, Philippines and GNAP Philippines, we have retained control of the unit. If I understand game mechanics correctly, the enemy will have no unit, so we'll be able to just walk into their territory. We're safe to do construction effort now. You guys make sure to use strategic deployment to get there quicker, and just walk to their capital. Wait a minute, what's going on? We're still in strategic redeployment mode. Damn it, that's a mistake. Just go for their capital. And there goes their capital. Not sure if that is enough, so we'll just walk around and get some victory points. Well, if I take everything here, that should be sufficient. The unit has a lot of work to do. Oh, I forgot the tip. Okay, civil war ends. We have annexed them. We are free. We're free from the United States, and we are free to forge our own destiny as a fascist Philippines. Alright, we're going to be joining the Japanese faction, I think. It is a good opportunity to get some land in China. However, the Japanese don't have a faction, yet it's too early. Let's just train some more units for now. Fill everything with civilian factories and join the Anti-Comintern Pact. Japan, when are you attacking? Not yet. Construction effort. Let's do infrastructure effort. Now I could use some armament factories as well, but let's get those research slots quickly. We do have enough political power to modify the government. Let's go to war economy. Let's work on basic machine tools. Greater East Asian Crop Prosperity Sphere. Lots of dashes here. We will want to be joining this one. Hindenburg Incident. That means Victoria is an option, but we are on historical focuses, so it will not happen. Let's go to free trade for the research boosts and select the extra research slot. Hey Japan, want me in your faction? Yes, you do. Chinese United Front has formed. Let's send our unit here and make sure we actually get some participation when the fighting starts. I will be adding more units to that later. You know, I usually go with mass mobilization, but if we are going to take over China, we're going to have a lot of manpower, so I don't need the human wave offensive. The infantry combat with thing would be useful, but just for a variety, let's go with deep battle this time. It does have some bonuses to tanks, which are going to be completely wasted, because I don't use tanks normally, but yeah, why not? Japan declared war on China. Right then, let's join that. Would you like me to join your war? Yes, you would. Okay. We have very low stability, which could be a problem. I should probably hire the popular figurehead. Now, I'm going to do collectivist ethos and all these. Perhaps we can do technology sharing before the war ends. Well, we do have 1% participation. I need like 2 or 3% only to do what I need to do. So we should be fine. I should send another unit down here. I need some new commanders. Oh, perfect. You're going to be my field marshal. I do like the brilliant strategist field marshals. They can get aggressive assaulter. Let's hire a military theorist. No, that's a mistake. Should have gone with the stability guy. Oh well. As I said, this is all semi-improvised. I do have a general idea how you can play as the Philippines, but I don't have this all planned out, as I usually do. Maybe we can get this in time. It would be cool. 10 factories only. Yeah, I wish I could do the focuses that grant us factories, but the research slots are more pressing. And of the Spanish Civil War, a Republican Spain won. That's actually bad for me, I think, because I was thinking of attacking the Soviet Union together with Germany, but if Republican Spain exists, Germany will have a difficult time fighting the Soviet Union. Then again, if we bring our strength and the Japanese strength on the other side, the Soviets should not stand a chance. Still, I might change my mind about that. How is our participation? 5%. That is a lot. Can we deploy? Oh, we can. We can actually deploy one of you. Let's send you here. And make sure to prioritize reinforcements and not train any more units for now. I only have one military factory working on the guns. We'll get more later, but it is not a pressing matter. Militarism is done. 4 more focuses to go. Let's hire the stability guy, popular figurehead. That will increase our political power gain and lower the risk of all those nasty events that I hate so much. What are the United States doing in my territory? Get out. Let's do radio. And support weapons 1. Also, let's modify this template to remove the engineers, because I don't have equipment for them, and go to 20 width, because it's a standardized size, although I'm not sure if it really makes that much of a difference. Strikes. Alright, let's first use our political power and then take the expensive option. Division defense, do we care? We will mostly be attacking. I suppose I'll take an army regrouping expert. Paramilitarism done, just 2 more focuses to go. Oh, we've separated them from their capital. Actually, taking Nanjing now would be horrible, because they have no supply, and we are winning very easily. War participation still at decent levels. Well, we would be fine with 2 or 3%, I think. Ideological fanaticism is complete. Let's do technology sharing. Now, the problem with technology sharing is that if this war ends before we finish doing it, it will be cancelled, unfortunately. We are not in a hurry, we just need to get a decent amount of war participation. And the focus. Jiangxi clique has capitulated. Draft dodging, that is unfortunate. Well, I'm gonna do the expensive option. We are using quite a lot of political power to those events. I should have improved worker conditions. Oh well, focus is complete. Success. Alright, let's do secret weapons so we can get all the research buffs. Draft dodging again. Oh, crap. Japan, would you be so kind to give me control of some territory? You can give me 1. Alright, let's take Beijing. Let's take Beijing. This is a high cost. So them taking it, I think, will cost them a bit more so we can get a little bit more in the peace deal. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it works that way if we're in the same faction. We'll see in a moment, because we're about to win. Finally, draft reform proved effective. Yunnan has capitulated thanks to our unit down here. The secret weapons focus is complete. That means I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 things with those bonuses and get all the research buffs quickly, which will speed up everything very much. China has capitulated. Oh, right. Now, how much did you take? Oh, everything almost. Okay, what we're going to do is shadow puppet China. So they can't make their own puppet. And a turn. And now, Japan has no interest in taking this land directly, so I'm going to have to pass a few times. Just make sure to not click done by accident. And now, take all states. We own quite a lot of China, as the Philippines. We have 42 factories. Once we get to 50, we will be able to get another research slot. As for the focuses, we can now work on getting some more factories. Let's do construction effort 3. Now we wait for Germany to attack the Soviet Union, and we're gonna drag Japan into that. When the Soviet Union is double teamed, we should have a nice chance of winning. Perhaps we'll invade Tibet in the meantime, but I don't have political power, which is a pity. Fate of Czechoslovakia. Zog submits to Italy. The war draws closer. Construction effort is done. Let's actually do naval effort. I could use some extra convoys, and that is 3 extra factories. Also, I would like to invade Tibet. Let's see if anyone has a problem with that. Looks like nobody has a problem with that. Might invade Nepal and Bhutan as well. Let's do the improved computing machine. Also, I'm gonna need to train some more units if I am to invade Tibet. Naval effort is done. Let's work on armament effort while we produce some convoys, which we're going to use to buy steel with. Now, Tibet will probably try to secure all of this, since, we are allied to Japan, so we should have a relatively easy time invading them. Poland refuses the German ultimatum. Poland joined allies. Yeah, I added the units to the army, but if you do it like this, they don't get auto-assigned to the orders, which is a bit of a problem. Alright, I'll just redo the order. We haven't started fighting yet, so it's not a problem. Armament effort complete. How many factories do we have? We have 48. Actually, if I cancel our trade, we will have 51, which is precisely the number we need to start the extra research slot 3. Luxembourg joins the Allies. I could really use some more convoys. And finally, the advanced computing machine. Fall of Warsaw, which means Poland is about to be taken over and half of it given to the Soviets. In the meantime, Italy is getting into France, which means most probably Italy will take over France and manage them. Netherlands join the Allies. Let's make sure Tibet is not guaranteed. It is not. Belgium joins Allies. We should be able to attack them now. There you go. Conquer. How many factories do you have? 4 factories. That's not a lot of factories. But it is something. Okay, you know what? Let's justify on both of them. See where that leads. If we take it guarantees, I'm going to abandon the project. Going into Tibet is looking fine. Extra research slot 2 done, which means we have 5 now. Let's continue with armament effort 2. Let's work on weapons too. If it is the only equipment we're using, having it upgraded will benefit us greatly. I keep putting this off. I shouldn't. Let's do improved work conditions. Fall of Paris. And the Soviet Union is attacking Finland, which was to be expected. See, as I told you, Italy has taken over France. How are we doing on production? Good. Finally, we are making enough convoys to cover everything. Do I have reinforcements on priority? Yes, I do. Good. Interesting. Japan is gonna send me Lend-Lease. Thank you very much, my favorite ally. You know what, I should probably put them on aggressive since they're taking attrition here. Yeah, they will work better on aggressive. That is Tibet for you. I'm just gonna annex them. When I have enough factories amassed, I can just release China and steal their manpower. But I don't have any manpower troubles right at this moment. Oh, we have the same color as Nepal, I never noticed. Let's only leave each army with 12 and send the rest home. Hungary joins Axis. Let's see what's happening in Europe. Are you getting ready to fight the Soviets yet? You are not. You're befriending Japan. Good. Let's be friends. So look at Nepal and Bhutan. No guarantees. Oh, justification on Nepal is complete, isn't it? Yes, it is. Let's go. Now, they have a very good defensive position. What I should do is actually let them in here a bit. Let's cancel your orders and let the Nepalese get in here. Also, start producing the better guns. Should be able to squash them nicely. Alright, let's make sure the ones that are here stay here. Good. You go there. The ones this unit leaves, wonderful, you go there. In the meantime, you guys are keeping them in here, and so should you. Yeah, this is difficult to follow since we have the same color. Justification on Bhutan is ready, but it will be valid for 2 months. We should be done with Nepal in that time. Just make sure they don't get any guarantees. They do not. Germany, you fighting the Soviets yet? No, but you're working on it. Alright, once we're done with Nepal and Bhutan, we will be joining your effort. How long until the war goal expires? A month. Let's just annex Nepal. Do you even have an army? It doesn't look like it. Let's attack. You go there, you go there. Yep, seems like they have nothing. Well, that's easy. Bhutan has capitulated, and they did have some guns. Let's annex them as well. That leaves us with 68 factories, which is already a decent amount. Now, I will be releasing China for manpower, but I need more factories to do that so that I can build stuff in their territory to get their autonomy down. Yeah, let's justify war goal on the Soviet Union. I think it's about time we did that. The Germans will attack soon as well. Soviet Union has puppeted Finland. Alright, Germany attacks the Soviet Union, so our war goal will actually be useful. And we're creating another army. Republican Spain joined combatant. Germany will have a lot of trouble with them. Let's also make another smaller army that is going to be invading from Japan over here. The Axis are not doing so well over here, but they are about to take over Spain, which is going to simplify things for them quite a lot. Actually, I think it's good that Italy took over France, because they are often more efficient than Germany in managing it. Let's wait for equipment effort to be done, and now we can start researching the best infantry weapon with a bonus. Just 55 days for that. See, the beauty of only using pure infantry is you can get all the buffs very quickly. Republican Spain has capitulated. Let's attack and do the call allies thing, although it often doesn't work if you do it that way. They have been called in. Wonderful. Mongolia might not accept the call to arms because they might feel... Oh, they have accepted the call to arms, so the justification was unnecessary. I was about to say that they might feel their borders with us are not safe. Alright, go. Let's see how this works out. The Soviets are fighting on two fronts, which is never a good thing. I do hope to get a lot of war participation and a lot of Soviet territory. Making gains in Mongolia, making gains against the Soviet Union. Now that Spain is taken care of and the Soviet Union has something else to worry about on the other side, Germany is doing much better. What is my participation? 12%. Well, that's not great, but it should be enough to get some serious stuff from the Soviets. Looks like I'm not going to be able to get too much from the Soviet Union, but it doesn't really matter. If we want to orchestrate the demise of the United States, which I think is what I intend to do, it is enough that the Soviet Union is no longer in the picture, and everyone who's powerful around here is fighting the Allies. Let's go to extensive conscription. Let's really use the manpower. After we're done with the Soviet Union, I will do the drain Chinese manpower thing, but I do need some more factories for that. Let's get that war propaganda going and develop some deposits. I could use more steel, but we can also use these to sell and get extra factories. Japan declared war on British Malaya and Dutch East Indies. Yeah, that's actually good for me. That means Japan is involved with the war against the Allies, and once the Soviet Union is taken care of, together with Germany and Italy, we might get some invasions in the United States. The war has stagnated on the German side, but we are still progressing. Wait a minute, Japan. How about I get control of some states from you? This is too much. Alright, give me that. Let's see, maybe some of the new stuff will go into my hands. And I did get a couple of factories, which is always helpful. Yeah, I've pretty much researched all I actually need to research. Don't need an air force, don't need anything. We just need very good infantry. Let's do night vision. Once I'm out of researchable stuff, I might actually do some air research and maybe do a few nukes. Probably not, though. A lot of good infantry will do better. 20% war participation. That means I can actually get some solid stuff. Should we go to total mobilization? What's our manpower percentage? Actually, I should go to total mobilization, because once the war is over, I will be doing the infinite manpower thing on China. Almost exhausted all of our manpower. Unfortunately, we're demobilizing due to total mobilization. It's fine, the war is almost over. Should we select the women in the workforce focus? It does cost us 5% stability. Fall of Moscow has happened. I don't think I want to do that, no, but I will do war bonds and improved work conditions. How about yes, the Soviet Union is about to surrender. There we go. Soviet Union has capitulated. And what have you taken? Ooh, they have taken quite a lot. There is not much left for me. Not much at all. I mean, the crucial thing is... Oh, Republican Spain is left, though. I think we could actually get the best results with puppeting Spain. Let's take all states. This is not the shadow puppet, this is the cheap puppet option. Rio de Oro, sure. puppet them with 1 province, not with 0 provinces. If we puppet them with 0 provinces, that is a shadow puppet. We don't want a shadow puppet, we just want a puppet. I'm also going to puppet the Soviet Union, because I will be able to get more land this way. Normal puppet, not shadow puppet. Now we feed them territory. In order for this to work, I have to pass once. This should guarantee that all the remaining Soviet stuff goes to us. Now, Republican Spain, all that we can do this round. Actually, now we have blocked it off, so nobody else can take this territory. I don't need to actually give it to the Soviet Union. Oh, Romania got 1 bit, that's fine. What I can do instead is make use of the fact that it has been blocked off and nobody will take it, and just take it directly to increase our factory count. Alright, end the turn. And that is it. Let's see all the glorious border gore I've just made. Ah, beautiful. Philippines. A Soviet Union shell around it, actually Russian Empire. Bit of Japan, bit of Germany, and Spain is mine. We have 167 factories. Let's start working on annexing our puppets, and then we can do China. Let's see which one of our puppets has more factories. Spain has 28, 28, 8, and 7, and Russia has more. We should start with Russia. Let's revisit our trade situation, cancel all the trades, and see if we can buy that cheaply from our puppets. Let's start by preparing some editable templates. The first editable template will be just an engineer company. Nothing else. We will need that for stealing our subject manpower. It's going to be the cheapest thing ever. Let's call it edit. Then I'm going to need a manpower thief template for the Russian Empire. We're going to use the one that has the most pure infantry we can find. It's probably this one, yes. Let's copy that. Just add as much normal infantry as we can, and we do have enough experience to add quite a lot. Alright, let's save it. It's going to be manpower thief. A Russian manpower thief template. Then we're going to do a Spanish manpower thief template, and then release China and do the same to them. Let's build some civilian factories in their territory. How much manpower does this take? 25,000, so 4 makes 100,000, 40 makes 1 million. China won't have more than 20 million, probably less. 20 million would require 800 units. Let's train 800 of those. I can just disband my normal units to get manpower and equipment for those. Actually, let's go to 1,000. It looks better. Exactly 1,000 edit units. And just deploy in my capital, please. The United States has joined the Allies and attacked the German Reich. We've pretty much researched everything. I suppose I will go into submarines and then use my dockyards to construct some, which will enable us to invade the United Kingdom. We can lower the autonomy of Russia. Now they're going to also be transferring, I think, 60% of their military factories to us. 65. We finished building all the stuff that was underway in Russia. Let's now deal with the manpower situation. They have 1.32 million manpower. What we're going to do now is return territory to them. Russian Empire, return territory. Now, their autonomy is the same. I can just annex them right now. But how about their manpower? Well, their manpower has gone to 1.48. This is not a big change, but oh, no, it just didn't update yet. 2.62, sorry, let's wait another day. Yeah, that is good. They send me some expeditionary forces, let's send those home. And switch all of you guys to the Russian manpower thief template. And now these guys will get manpower from Russia. Just look at this. Boom, all their manpower is now ours. What are we going to do? Well, now we're going to annex them. Get up, Philippines. You guys can go back to being the edit template. Manpower at 3 million. Now, Spain, it's time to deal with you. 1.6 million. Alright, let's use that. Like a Spanish template. Actually, a regular infantry division will do. We are using 1,000 units to do that, after all. You all switch to the Spanish template. This one. Their manpower should be drained immediately. And there it goes. Now I can annex Spain. Oh, sorry. It was not annexation ready yet. Time to annex Spain. I already sent all them manpower towards us. Alright, Philippines in Spain. Let's switch you guys back to the edit template. Now let's make sure we never ever run out of manpower and release Communist China as a puppet. Chinese Empire. How much manpower do you have? You have 20 million manpower. That is perfect. Oh, I'm getting awfully sleepy. I think the drug is wearing off. Should I continue this? I'll probably continue this. Anyway, I'm gonna end it here for today. It is several days later now. I am feeling myself and I'm back to recording this. Let's see how many mistakes I've made. Alright, so first of all, I think I did quite well until beating up the Soviet Union, but right afterwards I should have invaded Japan immediately. Order 66 on Japan would have worked wonders. Do you still have a war goal on me? Maybe I can still do this. Unfortunately, Japan doesn't have a war goal on me anymore, and Siam doesn't own any territories, which means I won't be able to do all the 66 on Japan. I could attack them normally, but it really wouldn't work out that great, remembering that our ultimate goal is to beat up the United States. Alright, let's not attack Japan then. How about Germany? I could switch to the Axis, do a quick order 66 on Germany and Italy, get enough production capabilities to boost my fleet to be able to invade the United States. That is an option, or we could just build up our fleet and invade the Allies. You know, I'm always conquering people, betraying alliances and all that. For a change, I mean, I could easily conquer Germany right now. For a change, let's be a faithful ally and actually stay friends with Japan, Germany, Italy, and so on, and just help them invade the Allies. Let's see how that works out. And again, a sure strategy at this point would be to join the Axis, do all the 66 on Germany and Italy and Romania by attacking Hungary, take over all this territory, get huge production capabilities, get millions of manpower from China, produce tons and tons of ships, and take over the Allies. That would work. Still, I'm curious if we can just do it by helping Japan and Germany. So let's do that, let's help them. First I'm going to finish annexing the Chinese Empire and produce some more ships. Let's get rid of these convoys, I don't need that many. I mean, I need a lot, but I do have a lot. And focus on getting more and more submarines. Submarines are great, contrary to popular belief. I have pretty much done all the research that I need. I suppose I could invest in some marines. Let's decrease China's autonomy. China's manpower is going down. Is that because they went to total mobilization? That is possible. I need to annex them as soon as possible. Still, I'll get over 10 million anyway, so that's all I will ever need. How's our navy situation? Yeah, we have over 100 ships. Let's see how the others are doing. Japan has 28. Raj, 0. Italy, 21. Germany, 14. Britain, 50. That's a lot. US, almost 100. And Canada, 7. Yeah, I think we might have the most ships right now. Still, they are, of course, mostly weak because they're mostly submarines. However, they should be enough for us to invade the United States over here. No Dutch East Indies, our attaché stays. And we should be able to annex China in a moment. Let's make sure to steal all their manpower. Create a colonial template. Make sure it has tons and tons of infantry. Now, this is not the most efficient way. I could have picked another template, but I have so much army experience that it doesn't really matter which one I pick. Right, that will be used to steal all the Chinese manpower. Now what we do, we take all these guys, which are just support companies, and we switch them all to the Chinese unit. They're going to drain all of the Chinese manpower. Let's have a look here. They have 13 million. Now they have 0, because it all went to me. And what I can do now is, let's make sure we send our expeditionary forces home first, otherwise it will get weird. And what we do now is we annex them, and all that manpower belongs to us now. Now, the manpower has been distributed to these units. I can't keep it there, we'll have to switch the templates, but first let's make sure all the manpower we have goes into these units, and I can use that to produce some marines. It seems it will take way too long for manpower to get there. Alright, I'll just use the amount I have. What are we going to do? I'm going to create a Marines template. Let's use this one. And just make it a 20 with Marines unit. First, let's see how many we can train. We can get 126 Marine divisions. Why? Well, because we have so many troops in the field. I'm just going to switch some of them to Marines. That's going to be more than a full army growth Marines, which will be perfect for naval invasions. But let's not do it through here, but rather switch some of these guys to Marines. Let's see how many I can switch. Alright, we can switch 127 units to Marines. Let's do that. And attach them to a separate army. They're going to be used for naval invasions mostly. As for these guys, I'm going to temporarily change them again to the edit template. Now I wouldn't be able to make so many Marines, but it's not a problem. And yeah, that's all the manpower we got from this operation. Now let's send the Marines to our capital so they can reinforce. Alright, 2 full attack army groups, and one that is mostly dedicated to garrisoning all our territory, with one exception that will attack Portugal, which I should probably justify a war goal on. Why Portugal? Well, why not? I think it will be good to first invade Britain, because that's way easier, then we can have some Axis help for dealing with the United States. For that purpose, let's take all these Marines and tell them to invade Britain, of course. Through here, let's not go in the channel. They usually defend that quite well. I'm actually going to need to build some extra ports here for this to work. British Raj has capitulated. Oh, great news. Now it would be a good moment to turn against Japan, but as I said, I want to try being a good ally to them. We are pretty much ready to start the naval invasion. I have sent my ships everywhere here. The game is running a bit slowly, it is late in the game. Okay, I think it's time to activate those attack orders. I've also sent a few ships to the English Channel in case they decide to be stupid and sail through here, which would be stupid, so hopefully they don't. Alright, let's join Japan's war. Join wars. American-German war, sure. Let's join. And you guys go launch your naval invasions. Are you going? Yeah. Oh, damn it, you idiots. Did I mention I hate naval stuff in this game? I really do. Well, hopefully at least one of them will get through. How's the naval superiority thing? Oh, actually, there's a lot of enemy ships in the English Channel, which could prove to be a problem. Especially since if there's a naval battle, the game slows down a lot. To the point that it can crash. Hopefully that will not be the case. Okay, and we're through, at least some of us, and the game is indeed slowing down. Ah, damn it. Let's see if it slows down a lot. If it does, I'll just disband this army. Hopefully it'll fix the issue. Alright, you have landed, and it seems that we could have just landed in a port. You would be fine. Anyway, let's give you an attack order. Justification for Macau is ready. Yes, I think I should declare war on Portugal, but let's wait for the naval invasions to land. 3 of our armies have landed now. Perfect. Let's just give you some orders like this, and make sure you secure the port first. Why am I landing next to ports? Well, I suppose that might have been a mistake, because it seems like the port itself was undefended, but essentially, if the AI defends the port a lot, you can just land right next to it and take the port normally, which usually works. See, if the game starts pausing like this for a moment, at certain times, with big naval battles going on, that might be the first step to a disaster. If it gets too horrible, what I need to do is just delete this army and it should fix the issue. But let's see. Maybe this will not be too horrible. Oh, and seems like the naval battle is resolved. Or almost resolved. Will you guys be okay to move away? Yes, you will. Oh, right. And we have almost taken over Britain. See, Britain is rarely ready to survive a naval invasion. If the naval invasion is done right. Looking good. Wonderful. London is taken. They should be capitulating soonish. Let's have a look. Where's Britain? Oh, yes. This midnight they'll capitulate. So now. United Kingdom has capitulated, and I did get most of the territory. Some went to Italy, but that's not a problem. We are seeking to defeat them, not necessarily take them over ourselves. Should I take Ireland first to have a nice jumping off point? I probably should, yes. You go and land in Belfast. You and you as well. Preparing the naval invasion will take a long time. To shorten that time, I'm going to make these armies smaller. We'll reintegrate them later. Dutch Rijk declared war on the Netherlands. Do we have naval superiority? Yes, we do. And not a lot of enemies in the area. We can easily invade Ireland. Is there a big naval battle going on? Oh no! It's Germany doing the Reichskommissariats. That's what's going on. They made one in Norway, they made one in Belgium and the Netherlands. That's what happened. I've never actually seen that in a game before done by the AI, and that is probably because I usually annex them by then. German Reichskommissariats want non-aggression pacts. Sure. We seek the defeat of the United States, not necessarily world conquest or anything like that. Oh, wait a minute, did I declare war on Portugal? Didn't I? I didn't. Let's declare war on Portugal. I do have an army there already. It will not be a problem, but let's give it a general. How are you guys doing? You're doing fine. Yeah, let's do elite forces. Remembering that this whole army group is Marines. Once we take Ireland, it might mean the Allies won't have a base to execute their aerial strikes from, which would be good for us. Coup in Romania, not my problem. Ireland has capitulated. Let's make some bases from which we will launch our naval invasions. Over here. Starting some naval invasions into Canada. Let's make sure you prepare, and then we'll send our ships on missions. Let's get a few nuclear reactors going. I probably won't need the nukes, but they might be helpful. It looks like our guys are ready to invade. Let's secure their approach. Can we actually do that? We should be able to. Convoy escort, because our submarines do have a large range. Some of them will have to go to the North Atlantic Ridge as well. Are you launching? The Northern Group is launching. Okay, that's good. Now everyone should be able to launch and arrive in America. I might start doing some super heavy battleships, we'll see. It will be complete in 136 years. I don't think I can wait that long. There we go. Yes, we have landed. Those that have landed will, of course, get their orders now. Just go south and do whatever you need to do. Now that everyone has arrived, we can give them all orders. The orders are going to be pretty much the same. Just go this way. What we do need to take care of is supply. So let's build some ports. Idiots. Can't advance because won't have supply. God damn it. I do dislike that the game will stop your troops from moving if they decide they won't have supply. It's not your call, it's my call. Just gonna manually send them south, they'll capture some ports on the way. At least you guys should have decent supply now. The invasion is progressing. Atomic bombing of Lower Austria, really? Hey, look at that. New York is ours. And we're nearing Washington. I think we can send some more troops in here now. Let's take this entire army group. We are about to take Washington and moving nicely into all of the rest. Just observing the invasion of the United States. A little update. All is as it should be. Probably winning because they never expected the Philippines to attack from the east. Now we would like to annex or puppet the United States. Let's see what we can do. And we have even built some nukes. Can I nuke them? Can I nuke LA? I could if I took all my air force. Okay, and here we go. Let's nuke Los Angeles. Boom. Goodbye. Goodbye, LA. They lost 1% war support. Yeah, nukes, real effective. And they have capitulated, and here goes the peace conference. Okay, we actually have quite a lot of score. Who have you puppeted? India. We want the United States most of all. Can we take Sussex? Yes, we can. That is it. Let's end the peace conference and see how much we got. We took 158 states, including the United States. We now have 12 million manpower, 1,300 factories, and quite a lot of territory. If we wanted to, we could easily proceed to a world conquest, but we don't really want to. The goal was to take out the United States, and we did that. Now, what would I do next if I wanted to do a world conquest? I could probably invade Germany, Italy, and so on normally, because of how many troops we have. But the best course of action would be to either do Order 66 on Germany and Italy. How would we do that? Well, we join their faction, and we station troops in everyone's territory except for example, Hungary. Then we declare war on Hungary, and then we would just take everything over immediately. That would probably be the best way to do this. We could also just invade everyone who is not in a faction. Let's have a look at the factions map mode. Yeah, we are allied with the Japanese, and these guys are neutral. These guys here are neutral as well. Dutch East Indies as well. We could do that and then turn against the Axis with Japan and then betray Japan, for example. Oh, I forgot Sweden. We could invade Sweden as well. Lastly, we could just turn against Japan, but that is the least efficient option we have available. Yeah, so that's how I would proceed to world conquest, but I'm not going to, because at this point, it's pretty clear we could do that, so we don't have to. Now, I'm going to end this video here. I hope you enjoyed it. It was unusual, I suppose. Still, we did achieve our goal of taking over the United States as Philippines. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye.